Good evening, dear students. Today we are going to learn the other method used for separation of components of a mixture. We have already learned about sedimentation, filtration, and evaporation in last lecture. If you have any doubt, then please go through that video. Today we will learn about sublimation. What is sublimation? Sublimation is useful for which kind of mixture? Then centrifugation, then separating funnel, then chromatography, then distillation, then fractional distillation, and lastly the crystallization. Student, we have already listed what are the various methods, and these methods are useful for which kind of mixture. These things we have already listed in previous class. So student, we have listed the very first was the sedimentation, okay, with the example and what is the principle. So please go through these videos again and again so that you can remember it. The second was the filtration, the third was the evaporation, and the next fourth was centrifugation, fifth was sublimation, then sixth was separating funnel, seventh was chromatography, the eighth was distillation, ninth was fractional distillation, and 10th was crystallization. Okay, so this thing we have already learned in our previous class. We have listed where it is used, what are the principles, but how they are working, their complete detail, I mean more detailed analysis we are going to do today. Student, in this we have already finished the three methods. The first was sedimentation, the second was filtration, and the third was evaporation. So this thing we have already finished in too much detail. Now the next one is our sublimation. So what is sublimation? That we will know. A student, keep in mind, I have selected some of the figure from your books. So this figure, I will take the reference of this figure. So this one, this figure is 2.7 is for the sublimation. So this is for the fourth one called sublimation. Then this figure is for sixth one, centrifugation. Sorry, centrifugation is not here. The figure is for the separating funnel. So this is for the sixth one, separating funnel, and this figure what we have taken is for the chromatography. What is the number we have taken? The chromatography, yes, seventh. This is for the chromatography. A student, what this figure represent and how and what are the principle of this thing? So we are going to learn all these things in more detail. So let us start with sublimation. What is sublimation? So sublimation is a process in which if a substance is heated, then it will get converted to vapor without going to liquid. So that is called as sublimation. Means the process of conversion of vapor from the solid without going to liquid is called sublimation. So sublimation, how this is done, that we will understand. So right, for this sublimation, the definition of sublimation you have to write. So right, it is the process of conversion of a solid directly into vapor without going to liquid. This is very important. A student, you have to understand the solid will direct vaporize. Though you are already knowing that if the liquid is heated, it gets converted into vapor. That is easy to understand and anticipate. But there are certain solid, not all the solid, but very few solids which are able to convert into vapor directly without going to liquid. Commonly, you might be observing in your home also, if you are putting the naphthalene ball in your room or toilet or bathroom, you are observing that after few days the size of the ball is reduced automatically. Getting?
Yes,
And you also
vapor,
observe that
vaporization.
there is no liquid below that ball, means the solid ball have directly converted into
Vaporization.
vapor without going to liquid. So this method of conversion of a solid directly into
To
vapor
vapor.
without going to liquid is called sublimation.
Sublimation.
This,
Sublimation.
it is the process of conversion of solid into vapor. Vapor or gaseous phase without going into liquid phase. This is very important. Without going into liquid
Liquid phase.
phase. Because you are already knowing that if any solid is heated, it will melt into liquid. Means if the solid is heated, most of the solid first get converted into liquid. So this process of conversion of solid into liquid is called as melting. Okay, student? But there are few solid, if we heat it, it will directly convert into vapor. And further, if you heat any kind of liquid, it will get converted into vapor or gas. But so this is called as vaporization.
Vaporization.
But student, there are few solids which can directly move from solid phase to vapor phase without going into this path, without converting into liquid. This is called as sublimation.
Sublimation.
Student, you have to keep in mind sublimation means conversion of solid into liquid,
Vapor.
not conversion of solid into
Vapor.
vapor. That you have to keep into mind. If conversion of solid into liquid, that will be
Melting.
melting. The reverse is also called as sublimation. If the vapor is also converted into solid on cooling, so this conversion of solid into vapor occur by heating. But it is also possible that if we cool a vapor or vapor of some of the matter, then it directly condensed back into this solid. This is also possible. So this cooling process, this is also called as sublimation. So sublimation includes both either conversion from solid to, so sublimation simply means If there is
Conversion
a
of solid to
solid,
vapor.
so solid when heated, it will converted into the gas or vapor or gas. And if it is cooled, then this gas or vapor will condensed back into solid. So this is the process of sublimation. But if there is conversion of solid into liquid then into vapor, that cannot be called as sublimation. There are only few substance that is undergoing this process. What is that substance? Means this process or this solid into vapor is not followed for all the solid. Very few solid. Example, if you have ammonium chloride, ammonium chloride, when ammonium chloride is heated, it will directly converted into vapor without going into liquid phase. So the next you may write camphor, that you are observing.
Camphor.
Yes. The next, the naphthalene ball that you are
Naphthalene.
observing. There are other also. The other one is like anthracene. The most common or the other one is also called solid carbon dioxide.
Dry ice.
Yes, this solid carbon dioxide is commonly known as dry
Dry
ice
ice.
because it
Extinguisher.
appears like ice but it do not wet your cloth, because while this ice is placed on the cloth it would directly get converted into the vapor, it will not converted into liquid. So look wise it is the ice but it is not the water vapor or water in solid phase, rather it is the carbon dioxide in solid phase. Okay
Sir,
student,
used in
so
extinguisher.
this is called as dry ice. Okay student, so these things will directly converted to their
Into
vapor
vapor.
without going to liquid. Okay student, this you have to keep in mind. So therefore these substance are also called as, mean these substance, all these substance are also called as sublime. Okay, so these are sublime, means which
Yes.
get converted into vapor, means which can sublimate. It is also called as your sublime material or sublime component. Okay, means if the mixture contains such sublime component, then on heating that mixture the sublime component will convert it into vapor but the other component will remain into the dish in which you are heating. This is the principle. So right, the same thing is shown here. So right, this method, so this sublimation method is used for mixture having one sublime component, having one sublime component. sublime component. A student, mixture means two or more
Pure substance.
substances are mixed. Example, if we have a mixture of common salt and ammonium chloride, then this ammonium chloride can be removed from the common salt by heating this mixture in a pot. Ultimately, this ammonium chloride will get vaporized. So the chemical formula of this common salt is, this is sodium chloride NaCl, and
NaCl.
this is ammonium chloride NH3. Rather than NH3, it become ammonium. So convert it into first 4. Ammonia is NH3, so ammonium NH4Cl. Okay, student, it is this one. So this is the sublime component. This component is sublime, but this do not sublimate. Do not sublimate. So therefore, if we heat the mixture of the sodium chloride and ammonium chloride, we can get that the ammonium chloride will get vaporizes while the sodium chloride will remain there. So ultimately, what is the apparatus? The apparatus is like this. If we have the mixture of this sodium chloride and ammonium chloride, so this is the setup made for sublimation process. So what is done? This is the China dish. So in this dish, this is the mixture of ammonium chloride and salt. This salt is our sodium chloride, and this ammonium chloride is NH3Cl, not NH3. NH3 is the ammonia, so ammonium, convert it into NH4. Now, a student, this is volatile, so it is the sublimate. So this will sublimate. Others, you are a bit late, not a bit late, but nearly 15 minutes late. Okay, please continue. So this is the process of sublimation, in which the mixture, this is the mixture of sodium chloride salt and ammonium chloride salt. So when sodium chloride salt and ammonium chloride salt mixture is heated, then what will happen? This ammonium chloride vapor will form. See here, it is the ammonium chloride vapor which is formed here. But this is the area of heating of sodium chloride and ammonium chloride. Here means in this region there is heating. But when this vapor will move above, here in this region, this vapor will again condense back, because in this region, lower temperature, these are at the lower temperature, and these China days, this area are at the higher temperature. Therefore, whatever this sublime material NH4Cl, ammonium chloride, so first sublime, so while at the higher temperature, this ammonium chloride sublime or sublimate to vapor. But at this lower temperature area, this ammonium vapor will condense back to solid. So NH4Cl vapor sublime to or sublimate to solid. To solid. Because sublimation is what? Sublimation includes both solid to gas as well as gas to solid. Okay. So both the process are sublimation. But here this was the solid ammonium chloride which have converted to vapor, but here the vapor or gaseous ammonium chloride which is converted to solid. This way what will happen? Lastly, in this mixture only ammonium chloride will left, and all the in this region of lower temperature all the ammonium chloride will get deposited, and in this mixture lastly only sodium chloride
Salt
and the salt.
will be left.
Good. Salt will left. So this way what we observe, the salt ammonium chloride will remain in the China dish, but the salt, which salt? The common salt, that will remain in China dish, but the ammonium chloride
will
get
vapor and become in solid.
deposited over the lower region of this funnel. This is the inverted funnel, just to collect the vapor ammonium chloride and condense it back into the solid. So right. So first, solid, sublime or volatile or sublime impurities converted to vapor on heating, converted to vapor and get separated from the mixture. Then whatever this vapor is obtained by heating, this is then condensed back, means again sublimated back into the solid. The
Solidified.
yes, it is also called as the sublimation, not solidification. Solidification is conversion of liquid back into solid. So it is this reverse process is also sublimation. The vapor again get sublimated to solid, get sublimated to solid in cooler region or in lower temperature region, in colder or lower temperature region. Like where? So like on the funnel, like
Middle on the funnel.
yes, like on tip of the funnel or middle of the funnel. So write this as tip on middle or tip of funnel of funnel. This thing we have to keep in mind. So this way we have obtained the ammonium chloride in this region. So this region is going to give us the ammonium chloride, but this region will finally give the sodium chloride. Okay. So this way the sodium chloride and ammonium chloride get separated. So this way this mixture or the sodium chloride can be purified by this method if it have the impurity of ammonium chloride.
So in this method, we can purify naphthalene with salt.
Yes, any sublimate, whatever we have listed, the 5 kind of sublimate or 5 kind of solid, if the mixture contain one of those components and other component is something else other than that 5, then this method can be used. So also used for purification. Purification simply means the removal of mixture containing above 5 sublime material, okay, as one of its component. As one of its component. So this is important, student. Means any mixture which have impurities or which is mixture of these 5, means any one of these 5, means you are taking ammonium chloride with sodium chloride or ammonium chloride with copper sulfate, any one of this with the other component, then this thing can be sublimated, this thing can be separated. So this is the technique of sublimation. Any doubt, then please ask, otherwise sublimation is over. So sublimation, the process directly solid into vapor. So when the mixture is heated, then the sublime material gets sublimated and later on it is again sublimated back to solid. First sublimation is for solid to vapor, then vapor to solid. And so as a result, the sublime material get deposited or get separated from the mixture. So earlier we have taken the mixture was here in this region, in the chloride, but yes, but after heating, this ammonium chloride get deposited in this region, but the sodium chloride remain in this China disk. This way ammonium chloride gets separated from the sodium chloride. Okay, so this is so simple. So therefore it can be used for purification of such material. Any student have any doubt, then please ask, otherwise our
for this process we can use any temperature, heating temperature.
There is no, not at any temperature. The thing is that the temperature is so maintained that just only one of the component get vaporizes. Say if your heating is too much, it is possible that the sodium chloride may also get converted into the liquid, the melting may occur. So it is observed carefully that the temperature where this vapor formation occur, that temperature is maintained. After that, while leaving it or lowering the temperature, all the vaporized sublimate will condense back in the other region. This way, the sublimate impurity get deposited on the middle of this funnel and the ammonium and the sodium chloride or the other component remain in the China dish. So not at any temperature, but temperature is controlled. But these things are beyond your scope. आपको just यही समझना है कि कैसे अलग अलग हो जाते हैं.
Okay, sir.
ओके, सो टेम्परेचर क्या मेंटेन किया जाता है? तो जहां जस्ट सब्लिमेशन स्टार्ट होता है वो टेम्परेचर मेंटेन किया जाता है. ओके, अब चाहिए तो लिख देता हूं यहां पे टेम्परेचर where sublimation occur, ये टेम्परेचर हम यहां मेंटेन करते हैं. So this temperature is observed carefully. So only this sublimation temperature is reached, then it continue to heat for some time. Anything more, any more doubt, then please tell me, otherwise I will go for the next step. So this is about the sublimation. Now let us go for the separating funnel first. Let me go for the separating funnel. Student, or let me go for the centrifuge itself. So the fifth one is centrifugation or centrifuge. Student, last day we have learned centrifuge or centrifugation is what? Means the two particles of nearly same size but different mass, then the centrifugation can be used. A student, so write down the centrifugation or centrifuge. A student, centri means related to center, fugation means out of center. It simply means like this. So if you are taking a disc like thing, okay, and you are making a hole at the center, you can pivot it, and this axis is such that it is allowed to rotate over this axis. Okay, like your washing machine that you are observing. Getting? So you might be getting, it is like this cylinder. Or it is like a cylinder. So this cylinder is allowed to rotate over the axis. This is the axis of rotation of disc or cylinder. Okay, student? Means you are going to put the mixture into a cylindrical box or cylindrical vessel, then this cylindrical vessel is fixed with a rotating mechanism. How this rotating mechanism? Connected by a motor. So this is connected to a motor. Motor is able to rotate this shaft continuously, like your fan. What is that fan? It is pivoted over an axis and it is able to rotate because of the motor. Okay. So in this, when the mixture is placed, say the mixture contain different particles of nearly same size but slightly different mass, like your blood component or dirt in your cloth. So a small hole is maintained at the bottom. Okay, so just near to the axis, a small hole is maintained to drain the heavy particle which is going to settle down. What will happen? This particle will settle down. This particle will settle down. Though this is rotating, getting no? These particles are rotating. So the lighter particle will continue to rotate. Means it is rotating. But the heavy particle will rotate, as well as this heavy particle will move downward. So ultimately, lastly, all these heavy particle will come at the bottom. And while it is coming to this hole, or it is so such an arrangement that it will come here and this will come out, and this can be collected anywhere. Student, so there is a collection mechanism here. Let me draw it properly. So there is a collection mechanism. This is what these heavy particles which is in liquid phase also get collected. Okay. So this is what the blood cell. So I'm taking the blood cell. Like if there are different holes than at different level. So one is at the bottom, another hole is made at this level. Then in this level, even some other component is able to come out. Say this is our RBC. Then it is possible to get WBC in this region. Because of this rotation, it will be at the upper level. So therefore, the lighter one will be collected here. A student, this WBC is rather more heavier. So better to you write this as the plasma. So it is the plasma. Okay. So this is the method. The same is happening in your washing machine. So when the cloth containing dirt is agitated or rotated in this, the dirt particles are heavier. So after rotating in this with water, the water containing dirt particle will settle down and that is drain after some time. This way, the dirt from the cloth is removed. Are you getting? So right, when
Yes, sir.
mixture is rotated in a centrifuge. So this rotating mechanism is called your centrifuge. Getting know this entire shaft along with the cylinder, this is called as centrifuge. Okay. This is the centrifuge motor along with this shaft and this cylinder. It is called as centrifuge. Like washing machine in your home is a centrifuge. So when mixture is rotated in a centrifuge, then the heavy particle gets settled down, moves downward. It is not settling. Settling means when it is left undisturbed, then it will settle down automatically. but it moves downward in addition to its horizontal rotation. Okay, and collected from bottom area or bottom region where there is some hole is made, like in this arrangement I have some. So this way the heavy particle gets separated from the mixture. Are you getting? So here it is the mass which is going to determine the application. Here the size is not much important, is not important, but different mass is important. But mass difference is important. Okay, more mass means it is heavier particle. Now where it is used means more mass or heavy particle, or this is sometimes also written as more density or more denser particle. Okay, so this thing we have to keep in mind where it is used. So application wise, student, we have already listed, you have to tell it quickly. Very first is separating the cream from milk.
Milk.
Yes,
Urine test.
very good. Cream from milk. Next one is
Blood test
yes,
also.
you are getting the butter from your cheese.
Cheese.
Butter from
Can
this
you scroll?
cream or cheese. Okay, write it quickly. The third one is used in lab test or pathological lab test for blood and urine. This thing you have to keep in mind. Even this can also be used for separating the drug from the blood, right? Separating different component of blood. Blood test mean that separating different component of blood. What are the different component? It could be red blood cell,
White
it could
blood
be
cell.
white blood cell, it could be the platelet, or it could be the plasma or serum.
Plasma.
Various component. Yes, the liquid part is called as plasma. We will learn more in class 10th. There we have to learn about the component of blood. Okay, the next one is what? The washing machine. Washing machine. In washing machine there is a squeezing mechanism to remove the dirt from your cloth. Okay, you are already aware. So these are the important applications. So write this application, you have to keep in mind. This is the principle. Here whatever I have written, this was the principle. So what is principle, what is application, and how is the figure? This thing you have to keep in mind. Okay, student. Shall we go for the next process?
We can scroll down.
Write it quickly. If finished, then please tell me.
Over, sir.
Okay. Student, let me go for the next one. I think fifth we have done. Let me go for the sixth one. Let us finish this chromatography. This chromo or chrome means color. And do you know this ink? Say black ink. Black ink is what? It is the dye. So it contains different colors. Now each of these color can be separated. Though it appear black, but it contain blue, red, other so many. So these component can be separated. So different color means they are different component of mixture. Component of mixture of ink. This ink color contain what? Water also. In water. So a student, when such color mixture or dye is allowed to move over a chromatographic paper, then the component or the colored component which is more soluble in water is able to move faster over the color paper. So see, write this first. So more soluble color component is able to move longer over the chromatographic paper. Graphic paper, or also called as the chromatographic scale. What is this chromatographic scale? Student, just understand, it is very simple. If you have taken the ink, it contains different colored component. It have means it have different color component plus water is there. It is in this one. It is like this one. Now there is a paper like filter paper. It is also nothing but like the filter paper itself, called chromatographic paper, which is present in the form of strips.
Rectangle.
Yes. So this is your chromatographic paper. Fake paper. Okay, student. Now this chromatographic paper, when dipped into this mixture, let me complete this. Chromatographic paper. Now this paper is going to be either dipped into this one, or the ink is going to be placed over this. Then what you will observe, that it is going to produce the same strip. I am drawing in a bit bigger one.
Different colors.
So different color is able to get collected at different region. Say this blue color is less dissolved in water, than it will be collected into this. It will be the blue color. Okay. The next reason, say the red color is able to more dissolve in water, this you will get the red color on the same paper. If you are going to take some other colors, say green, the green I am considering is able to dissolve more on this. This is our green. So it is our green color. Okay, student. So this way, the purple and other, all the colors are obtained in different region. To one region. So whatever the different regions are there, the different colors we can get. It is this one. So these three colors get separated over this paper. Are you getting this point?
Okay,
So it
sir.
is one color component. So first component, this is your second component, this is your third component, and the water is ultimately dried. The first component is your blue color, the second component is your red color, the third component is your green color. Are you getting? So this way we can separate it. So the principle is that more soluble color is able to move longer over this chromatography. This is the only principle. Now where is the application? So write down the application. So how this is used? I think you are getting this. So this is the chromatographic paper. This is
Colors in
important.
the dye.
Yes, the very first application is colors from the dye, or colors in a dye is separated. The dye contain different color. Okay, no? Even the ink also contain different color. Ink can also be separated by evaporation, but in that case there is a chance of breaking or this sharding of
The
the
different colors are placed in different region of chromatographic paper.
yes. So colors in a dye. It is this one. The second one, the pigment from the natural color, say from the green plant you have, or from the flower you have obtained the pigment, but that contain even the different color. So that can be separated. So right, pigments from natural color.
Drugs from blood.
Very good. Even this RBC, WBC can also be absorbed, but not much suitable. But the drug is of the different color than the blood, color of blood, so that will also get deposited. So drugs from blood. Okay, this is red. Red is because of RBC, and this have different color. Different, like it will be the black or something, or colorless component. It is like this. So therefore these are the application. This thing you have to keep in mind. A student, application and principle are very important. This thing will be written. If required, you draw the figure. I think in your book there is also the figure for the same. Let me copy and paste it also here. A student, are you getting? This is the method of chromatography,
Yes, sir.
where we have this, the same thing whatever I have drawn, the same thing is also here. I have dipped this into this one, so ultimately it get converted into this one. While dipping this, it will get converted into this one, where I shall place. So let me place it. So it is like this. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Just wait. Let me rearrange this so that it will look better. Sorry. So lastly, it become like this. So it is these two things. Okay. Means first this chromatographic paper is dipped into this. The same thing is also shown here. So a spot of ink is observed. When this is dipped into this, these different components are obtained. Like the water will remain in this jar, then the ink will be there. This is nothing but the strip of filter paper. Chromatographic paper or filter paper mean the same thing. It is like the filter paper. Filter paper. Paper. Okay, this is the jar. Whatever the utensil, whatever we have taken this as the jar, and just a lid to just cover it, nothing else. Even if it is left uncovered, then still it do not make any difference. Any doubt, then please ask students. आपको इसमें कोई doubt है तो पूछिए. हाँ
No, sir.
students, आपको किसी कोई doubt तो नहीं है?
No doubt, sir.
Okay, good. So this is the method of chromatography. You have to keep this in mind. Now shall we go for now next topic?
Yes,
The
sir.
seventh method, separating funnel. Let me take the separating funnel. Students, the seventh one is your separating funnel. What is this separating funnel? The important thing is that if we have the two or more immiscible liquid, then only this can be used. So mixture of two or more immiscible liquid
Immiscible
can be
liquids.
separated. So right, mixture of two or more immiscible liquid, that is important. Immiscible liquid. This term immiscible liquid itself indicates they are not mixing, but rather they are getting collected in different layers.
The substance do not mix each other.
So immiscible liquids are separated. Through a funnel. Through a separating funnel or funnel. Why this? Because these immiscible liquid are not intermixing, rather they are getting collected in a layered fashion. So immiscible liquid means liquid which do not
mix each other.
intermixed, but form different layers. Form different layers. Example, if
Oil
we
in water.
add, yeah, please listen first to me. If we add kerosene oil in water, then you will observe that kerosene oil is floating over the water surface, and water surface will form a separate layer. And if you observe this in a test tube or in a transparent glass, then these two layers are visible clearly. So example, if we have the kerosene oil in water, oil in water, or it is possible to have the petrol in water or even diesel in water. So what will happen if you are going to place it together, then you will observe that kerosene oil is going to form some different layer and water is going to form different layer. You will
Because
observe.
kerosene have less density.
Yes. So this is the water and this is the kerosene oil. Okay. So how to separate this? You are getting that this is two layer. This is the layer 1. This is the layer 2. This layer is of the kerosene oil. This layer is of the water. Now, if we fix a tab in this, maybe from the bottom or somewhere, if you are going to make a hole and fix a tab in this, means the cork, now it is allowed to move through this. So slowly there is a stop cork in this for opening and closing. You are placing a beaker here, so you will slowly or carefully you will open it, then you will observe this layer is moving down. When this layer 1 is almost dropped or totally get collected in this beaker, this is your collection, this is collection of layer 1, then you will close this, then close the tab. This is our tab. Whatever I have drawn, this is our called as tab. Okay. So first it is open, then finally it is closed. Get it? So the important thing is that it is used only for 2 or more immiscible liquid. Means those liquid which are not intermixing, but they are going to get collected in form of different layers. This is important. So no mixing, but different layers are formed. In your book, the figure is also given. Let me copy that. Are you getting this? This is the figure of your book. The students, whatever we have drawn this simple figure, that is also okay. And if you want to use this figure of our book, it's also okay. The same thing. Are you getting? So this is what the water which is at the bottom, then there is kerosene oil, and this setup is called as separating funnel. This entire arrangement is your separating funnel. Okay, this is the stop cork or tab. So one of the collecting utensil will be placed here. This will first open so that it will start draining here, and when it gets collected, then it is finally closed. Okay, when this all the water is drained and this layer is able to reach up to near to this. Okay, student. So this is how the separating funnel is working. So what are the application? So application is
Kerosene in water.
very good. So separate your kerosene in water or
Oil in
kerosene
water.
in water.
Grease in water.
Seen in water or from the water. Even your
Grease in water.
petrol or diesel in water, this thing can also be separated. The
Grease in water.
yes, the grease can also be separated in water. These are the things that can be separated. Okay, so anything if they are forming different layers, so the requirement is only different layers by different component. This is the requirement. So different layer formation, that is, they are immiscible. So immiscible liquids. Okay, so it is this. This way we have to keep in mind about this thing we have to keep in mind regarding the topic called separating funnel. Now what we are left is distillation, fractional distillation, and crystallization.
Crystallization.
Let us today finish this crystallization, then we will next day we will learn about the distillation and fractional distillation. Okay, student?
Okay, sir.
So let me write for the crystallization. Students, crystallization is basically a method to purify. Okay, this is basically a purification method. Purification method. Purification method means what? Say if we have a mixture in which one of the component have the tendency to get crystallized at particular temperature on slight cooling, but the other component do not crystallize, it remain in the solution. So different components of mixture, one of the component of mixture gets crystallized. Crystallization means forming a solid from the liquid. Okay, gets crystallized from the solution or from the mixture, while other component remain in the mixture. Remain in mixture. So only requirement is that only one of the components shall get crystallized. Crystallize, right, student? Means it's get solidified from the liquid phase on cooling. Gets solidified from liquid on cooling or at particular temperature. Someone is there? Want to join now? Lakshana, you are too late. Or you have joined with other number? Okay, student, the crystallization method means the liquid contain different component, but one of the solute get crystallized. It is possible that a mixture contain different kind of solute. So here requirement is that only one of the solute shall solidified on cooling to form crystal. Crystals. Crystal mean, are you getting now? Crystal of salt, crystal of sugar, the same thing. Means only one solute out of various dissolved solutes is crystallized. Crystallized means converted into solid on cooling.
Solid.
It is that one. So only one have to be crystallized while the other remain in the solution. It is this one. A student, example are what? So even if we take this sea water and just cool it, so a crystallization process occur and the pure salt is obtained. So right, pure salt from sea water, from water or seawater. A student, this salt we were obtaining by vaporization also or evaporation also, but at that time the salt obtained was not pure because all those impurities, say salt containing the other solid particle that will also remain deposited in your utensil, only the water vapor will go out. So by evaporation, the salt obtained is impure. So write a note here. So salt obtained by evaporation is impure or not very much pure. By evaporation is not pure. Why not pure? It contains all these solids which are not able to evaporate. Okay? As
Okay.
it contains other dissolved solids also. solids also. This is the problem with evaporation. But whatever the salt we are obtaining by crystallization is totally pure. Are you getting this? The next one is crystal of sugar. How it is formed? So sugar industry, sugar formation. There is another kind of sugar that you might be obtaining, means various kinds of sugar. This pure sugar or white sugar is obtained by the process of crystallization from the cane juice. Okay, sugar cane gives the juice. From that juice, by the process of crystallization, this sugar is obtained. Okay, from cane juice or sugar cane juice. Okay, student, it is this one. So these are the important things. So write a note here. So this salt or the crystal obtained is pure. What is the advantage? This is asked. Advantage of which one? This crystallization.
Sugar crystal.
What is the advantage? This is with respect to or over evaporation, basically. So if you are asked to obtain this salt by crystallization and other method is evaporation also, which one is better? It is better
Crystallization.
or preferred. Why? Because it gives the pure salt.
Pure. Because it gives pure.
For salt formation.
But evaporation does not give pure.
As it gives pure salt. No impurities will crystallize in this salt. All the impurities remain dissolved in this solution. So, right, the first one is it gives pure crystal and all the dissolved impurities remain in solution. Okay, that will not crystallize in solution, or rather better to use the term mixture. In mixture. Okay, student, it is this. So it gives the pure crystal, the impurity remain. But by evaporation, what has happened? The impurities also remain in salt form. How? Say if you are heating the water, you are heating this by a burner. This is what water plus salt plus some dust particle are also there, or some sand particle are also there. What is going to happen? Only the water will be vaporizes, this dust and sand, all these three will remain. Okay, so this will remain and only this will vaporize. As a result, what is going to happen? Whatever the salt we are obtaining that contain this dust and sand particle, so this is going to give us impure salt.
Impure salt.
Yes. But during crystallization, what has happened? During crystallization, if you have
Gives pure salt.
crystallized this one, see, this was the water. It contained the dust particle. It contained the other, say, sand also. and salt also. Okay, student. So it contains different kind of particle. Then you will observe that only the this salt, they will just form this crystal. Okay, and slowly these crystals are separated. So crystal of salt only. This thing will remain dissolved. So this will get solidified. Solid crystal of NaCl is only formed, and the other impurities, these sand and dust, it remain in mixture. Okay, or liquid mixture. So this way totally pure NaCl is obtained. But in this case, we were obtaining with the salt, this dust and sand particle will remain while the water have just left. Okay, so that's why this crystallization is preferred, because it's give the pure crystal. Therefore, it is also called as purification. Also, since this is the process of cooling, therefore it gives the crystal only. So there is no decomposition. Like in evaporation, there is a chance of decomposition, but there is no chance of decomposition. Write down the second advantage. No decomposition. During crystallization. Why? Because it is based on the cooling during crystallization. But in the case of evaporation, there was, or there is a possibility of decomposition and shedding. But in evaporation, on heating, so on heating, there is a possibility that the material will get decomposed. Okay, student? So while decomposing the material, the content is lost. Like last day we have discussed about the sugar. Heating, decomposition may occur. Decomposition. The other process is called as the shedding. Shedding means it becomes dry, or shed means like charcoal का formation. ये dry हो कर करके dry and change the form. Change the form. So, but in evaporation, on heating, decomposition or shed, or this shedding, ing, may occur. Therefore, this crystallization is always preferred. So, because of above two reasons, crystallization is preferred. Therefore, crystallization is preferred. Okay, student. So it was all about this. Let us stop the class here today. Next day we will learn about the other two methods. What those two methods? The other method are
Distillation and fractional distillation.
very good. Student, we are left with 9th is our distillation, and another is called as
Frictional
fractional
distillation.
distillation. And then there is a small topic, purification of water is also there. So that we will also see tomorrow. So by tomorrow it will surely be finished, though I was thinking to finish it today, but because of shortage of time, this distillation, then fractional distillation, in next class we will do. Okay. A student, what could be your homework? Yes, tell me quickly. Please try to do your textbook chemistry. Okay, no? Your chapter 2 exercise questions from 1 to 6 or 7, please do. So in question number 1, there is what are different method suitable for the given mixture. So mixture name is given, the method you have to write. So you will do it. Okay, that is
Okay.
easy. Even distillation and fractional distillation, their process we have not learned in more detail, but where it is applied, those things we have learned. What is the principle, those things we have learned. So please finish it. Next step we will learn what is the process and setup for distillation and fractional distillation. Okay, student. So this was all about. Let us stop the class, or any more doubt then please ask. Student, any more doubt?